Here we are, orientation part 2. Now we're going to look at the calendar, the class assignments. Let me kind of explain a little bit the way I'd like to work the class. I'd like to have you, I guess what you want to call this is a flipped class. I'm going to record the lectures in video and have you listen to them outside of class, and then we will do all of the actual work in class, such as all the assignments, all the homework, all the problems, all the quizzes. Everything that has a score attached to it we'll do in class together to make sure that you have help to do that, because that's the really big issue with accounting. Is you look at it and you say, well, I understood it in class, but boy, it doesn't make any sense now. So we're going to flip that. You're going to listen to the lecture outside of class. What I want you to do is there'll be a discussion board for every week. Listen to the discussion, or listen to the lecture. Write down questions that you may have about it, and post those questions in the discussion board. Now, if you don't have any questions, post something that you've learned new, or something that kind of intrigues you about what we're going to talk about. Give me evidence that you've listened to that lecture. So once we get in the class, you won't have to just sit there and listen to me talk. We'll be doing things. We'll be doing the exercises. We'll be doing the quizzes. We'll be doing the tests. We'll be actually working on something rather than just sitting and talking. So that is how I would like to run the class, or to set the class up. Let's kind of look at, and that's why I'm asking you to bring the laptop or a tablet that you can follow along on. The other thing I've found in video classes is it's very rude for me to take over the projector and you not be able to see the rest of the classes in there. So what we're going to do is I have something called GoToMeeting that we'll all connect on, and I will leave the projector open so that we can see each other to communicate, but I'll use the GoToMeeting to share my screen and to show you how to do these activities. So I'm hoping that will help as we go through this. It'll be interesting. I did this with my business classes last semester, and it worked well. Now, we didn't do exercises, but this will take a little bit of finagling, and I think it'll be fine. You'll be able to see how it's done, then you'll work on it, then we'll ask questions about it, and then we'll move on to the next one. This way, you'll be actually getting the work done right in class, and then you can turn it in right in class. So we'll try that. And GoToMeeting each day, each time you come in, you'll receive an email from me that says, please join my meeting, and it will have have a link, and all you have to do is click on it. It'll take you right to the meeting. I think it asks you for your name. So once you get in the meeting, there's the ability to chat, and you'll see my screen, because I'll share my screen, and I will walk you through the problems. And we'll still be able to talk visually and see each other as we go through it. Again, as I said, I would love to be able to do the tests in class so that you don't have to take them home and struggle with them. So we're going to see how this works. It will take a little bit of finagling. So let's look at the actual assignments. The first one you have is a calendar at the tail end. And all the work's due Sunday of the week that it's assigned at 11:59. Hopefully we're going to have that done each night in class, so that all we have to do is read the book and listen to the lecture, which, and trust me, I don't lecture over 20 minutes at a time. This is the most you're going to hear me talk. So, most of my lectures are going to be 4 and 5 minutes, so there may be 5 or 6 of them, but they're short takes, so it's not something you're going to get bored with. So the different coloring, these first 3 weeks, we're going to cover these 4 chapters, and then we're going to have a test. And then the next 2 weeks, we're going to cover these chapters, and we're going to have a test. Now, if you go down further, your eyes should be glazed over by now, wondering what the heck I want you to do. If you go down to the assignment list, this shows each assignment. These are called practice or participation work. So these you get participation points for. This over here is the actual homework. And they follow chapters right down the line. No due dates on this. This is just to give you structure and for you to know what needs to be done. I would check these off as we do them. Again, as I said, these are participation points. You have to do them to get that 6 points throughout. So that's kind of how I have it set up. I'm hoping we don't have to change it too much. Again, these are participation points. This would be homework here. So that kind of tells you about the homework and how things are going to lay out. We will use GoToMeeting. We'll also use the software called Cengage. This is the login. I will send you an email with how to connect to my class. I don't think we want to do that today. I think we'll do that on Wednesday when everybody has had a chance to breathe. There's way too much information going on right now. But what this looks like, let me show you. I think I have here. Each lesson, okay, this is a lesson we're actually going to do today. This is 1-6. It gives you the problem, and then you simply have to fill in the blanks here. And then you would submit it, and it would be graded. And I would check it to make sure you didn't make some silly mistake, such as transpose a number or something. But what is really cool about this, you can check your work. So you can put it in there, you can check your work. If it's wrong, it's going to tell you this one's wrong. And after the first couple of attempts, I believe it's going to start giving you hints on why it's wrong. Now I've got it set up for the practical or the participation points, the practice points, that indefinitely you can check your work to make sure you get it right. Now for the homework, it's a little more complex, obviously, than this one. But you still can check your work, and you have 2 tries to do the problem, and you have 3 checks for each time. So that will help you understand, and again, it gives you hints if you get it wrong. So that's why I say the homework is really kind of nice, or the software is kind of nice. Other things that you find in the software is you've got study tools. You've got an ebook that helps you. In the studies tools, there are other lectures to help. So, I mean, there are some benefits to this. And then there's a grade book that shows you what you have done and what you haven't got done. So that's the Cengage. Again, we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. So you decide whether you think you want to do that or how you want to, what you're thinking about with that. Then also there are templates which you will find in Blackboard. Let's see if I have Blackboard up someplace awesome for you. Well, let me bring it over here. Here you go. I need to make that much smaller. How's that? There you go. So in Blackboard, if you go to, resources, templates for the assignments. If you look in there, there's a worksheet template that I made up that we can use, Excel, a journal worksheet, a general ledger sheet, continuing problem sheet, but each chapter also has templates for the problems so that you could pull that up in Excel and again just plug in chug the numbers. It gives you a structure on that. So that's real handy to have. And if you don't have Microsoft Office, you can go to the front page of Campus Connect and download the free Office suite, which is very nice. It's very good. So you're covered on most of this. As I said, we're using a lot of technology. And as an accountant, you will use a bunch of technology. So let's go back to Blackboard now, if I can find it. Here we go. As you come into, you're going to have the first day announcement, which I hope you all have read. And then you're going to go to Start Here. And that's going to give you the accounting syllabus, and it's going to give you the schedule. Again, this is going to be subject to change simply because I don't know what we're going to have to adapt. All of the meat of the course is found in class sessions. In session 1, which is where we're going to be working, I usually give you the agenda for the week. Here's that student profile I talked about. There is going to be a discussion board each week. This one, actually we have 2 in this one. First of all, I'm asking you simply to tell us who you are. Share. Here's the quiz. You can do the quiz twice. We're going to do the quiz first thing when we come in. Then when we finish up the chapter, we'll do it again. The highest score wins. The highest score is recorded. Here's the chapter overview that I'll be going through on Monday. This is a PowerPoint. Here is the one question for Wednesday. What's one question you have for chapter 1? All of the quizzes have quiz reviews. This is quiz review 1 through 4. So you can pull that down and it'll give you an idea of what to study. These are the accounting terms we're going to cover in after I get through with the orientation. And then at the bottom we have the chapter 1 working papers, which gives you hard copy to work out. We're going to have all kinds of videos that explain each one of the exercises for you. So even if you get confused after we're done in the classroom, you can go back and review this for yourself. And then I have an assignment link to turn in problem 1-3, which is the homework. And depending on whether we decide to use software exclusively, you can turn in the problem electronically using Excel. I encourage you, though, to get the software. I think you will be happy with that. So that's Blackboard. Now, if you don't understand how to use Blackboard, if you log out, there is all kinds of tutorials to help you learn it. Also, I think it's on this page, maybe it's another page that has the tutorial service for you. So Blackboard's a lot of fun. If you need, I can come in early and do a real short demo on Blackboard. Let me know. We can open up the projector and I can just sit and talk and walk you through it if you want. So keep that in mind. With Cengage, you can access it, and I'll send you an email to do that. This is the login. There is a trial period that you can use that you don't have to pay for it at all. It's there, and then when you decide to pay for it, if you've gotten a used book and you decide you want this, then you can pay for it and still maintain all your information. All of the assignments are there, and there are study tools to help you with it. Again, I will go over this on Wednesday. I think you're getting on full. Important things, okay? One more time. All communication is through email. I don't use Blackboard Messenger. Work will need to be turned in either via Blackboard or via Cengage, and attendance is very important in this class. So that pretty well covers orientation number 2. I think we're ready to get down to actually doing some accounting here. Okay, thank you.